Alright, so in this problem, I have 40 to the power of 40 over 20 to the power of 20. So, to solve this problem, I'm going to first rewrite my exponent 40 here as 40 to the power of 20 plus 20. So I rewrote 40 as 20 plus 20. So now I have 40 to the power of 20 plus 20 over 20 to the power of 20. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, I have 40 to the power of 20 plus 20. So this is the same thing as 40 to the power of 20 times, again, 40 to the power of 20. Both my exponents are the same, so these two are going to be the same as well. And now I have this over 20 to the power of 20. Now, I can actually take one of these 40 out of 20s outside of this fraction, so I can rewrite this as 40 to the power of 20 times 40 to the power of 20 over 20 to the power of 20. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m over b to the power of m, this is the same thing as a over b to the power of m. In this case, a is equal to 40, b is equal to 20, and m is 20 as well. So 40 to the power of 20 over 20 to the power of 20, you can rewrite this as a over b to the power of m. A is 40 over b is 20, and m is 20 as well. So I have 40 to the power of 20 times 40 over 20 to the power of 20. Now 40 divided by 20, that's simply equal to 2. So now I have 40 to the power of 20 times 2 to the power of 20. Now, remember, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times b to the power of m, this is equal to a times b to the power of m. So 40 to the power of 20 times 2 to the power of 20, that's going to equal 40 times 2 to the power of 20. 40 times 2 is 80, so now I have 80 to the power of 20, so this is my answer. Alright, so in this problem, I have 9 to the power of 10 plus 9 to the power of 10 plus 9 to the power of 10. And I actually have 4 answer choices for this problem. So for answer choice A, I have 27 to the power of 30. For answer choice B, I have 9 to the power of 30. For answer choice C, I have 27 to the power of 10. And finally, for answer choice D, I have 3 to the power of 21. So we want to figure out which one of these answer choices is the correct answer to this problem. So let's go ahead and test out each of the methods used to solve out these problems and figure out which one is right. So for 27 to the power of 30, how you obtain this solution is you simply add all of the bases and the exponents. So the bases are all 9, so you do 9 plus 9 plus 9 to the power of, and the exponents are 10. So you do 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is equal to 9 plus 9 plus 9 is the same thing as 9 times 3, which is 27. And 10 plus 10 plus 10 is the same thing as 10 times 3, which is 30. So you get 27 to the power of 3 using this method, 27 to the power of 30 using this method. However, this method is actually wrong. This is not the right way of adding exponents. You can't just add the bases and add the exponents. Now, for the second way, what you have to do to get this is you actually, this time, you keep the base the same and you simply just add the exponents. So you do 9 to the power of 10 plus 10 plus 10. Now, this is equal to 9 to the power of 10 plus 10 plus 10. Again, that's the same thing as 10 times 3, which is 30. And again, this method is wrong as well. That's not the correct way of adding exponents. So now for the third method, C, what you have to do to get this is this time you add the bases and keep the exponent the same. So you do 9 plus 9 plus 9 to the power of 10. And this is the same thing as 9 plus 9 plus 9 is the same thing as 9 times 3, which is 27. So you have 27 to the power of 10. And this method is wrong as well. That's not the right way to add exponents. Finally, we have D. And to get this, the first thing you do is you can rewrite this as 3 times 9 to the power of 10, because 9 to the power of 10 plus itself 3 times. Now 9 to the power of 10, that's the same thing as 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 10, because 9 is the same thing as 3 to the power of 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 10, that's equal to 3 to the power of 2 times 10, which is the same thing as 3 to the power of 20. So now I have 3 to the power of 1 times 3 to the power of 20, and this is equal to 3 to the power of 21. And this is actually the correct way of solving this problem. So the right answer is D. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 36. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, first start with x to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 36. Now, I'm going to take the power of 3 on both sides. So now I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3 is equal to 36 to the power of 3. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. And m and n, these two are interchangeable, meaning I can also write this as a to the power of n times m. And if I can write a to the power of m times n as a to the power of m to the power of n, then this means that I can write a to the power of n times m as a to the power of n to the power of m. So in this case, I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 to the power of 3, and we can think of x to the power of 3 as m and 3 as n. So if I switch these two places, I get x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 36 to the power of 3. Now 36 I can write as 6 to the power of 2. So now I have x to the power of 3 to the power of x to the power of 3 is equal to 6 to the power of 2 to the power of 3. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 6 to the power of 2 to the power of 3, that's going to equal 6 to the power of 2 times 3, which is simply 6 to the power of 6. Now, if I have something in the form a to the power of a is equal to b to the power of b, this means that a is equal to b. So in this case, x to the power of 3 is equal to 6. Now, I'm going to take the cube root on both sides. So now I have the cube root of x to the power of 3 is equal to the cube root of 6. Now, the cube root of x to the power of 3 is simply x is equal to the cube root of 6 is the same thing as 6 to the power of 1 over 3. So this is my answer. So now to check, I have x to the power of x to the power of 3 equals 36. We know that x equals 6 to the power of 1/3. So now I have 6 to the power of 1/3 to the power of 6 to the power of 1/3 to the power of 3 is equal to 36. Now 1/3 and 3, these two cancel out. So now I'll be left with 6 to the power of 1/3 to the power of 6 is equal to 36. Now 1/3 times 6 is 2. So now I have 6 to the power of 2 is equal to 36. And 6 to the power of 2 is 36. So if 36 equals 36, and because this is right, my solution is right.